Hola,
¿cómo
¿cómo estamos?
estamos?
¿Cómo
¿Cómo andamos?
andamos?
Bienvenidos a...
Spanglish Confessions.
Y en el episodio de hoy vamos a hablar sobre
Red flags
and why we stayed,
because we're dumb.
por mensas. Pero tal vez ya aprendimos, ¿verdad?
Ujú.
Tal vez no va a volver a pasar.
Va a volver a pasar.
Bueno,
Bueno, el chiste es que tenemos que aprender. And if you didn't learn, it's okay because ignorance is bliss.
sometimes. Not really.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Learn
Yeah.
your lesson, por favor.
Ya, si te pasa una vez, ok, so sorry. Si te pasa otra vez, ya por pendeja, hija, ya. 3 veces, ubícate, por favor.
Yeah.
So,
Come on.
yeah.
Be FFR right now.
Get yourself together, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
But we will go ahead and get started with our first confession. Stephanie's going to be the first one to expose herself. So, let's get
Wow.
there, Stephanie.
You know I'm shy. My confession, it is a red flag because I was young. This is probably like my first experience with a red flag
Okay.
where I was like, ¿Qué pedo? Am I the red flag?
Uh-huh.
Who knows? I'll let you guys decide. But so I guess it was high school. I was a freshman going into sophomore year. Yeah. So around that time in high school, 100 years ago, I ended up going to summer school because my mom would make us go to summer school.
Es que eres bien studious que you had to go to school.
I didn't have to go.
In summer.
In summer. I was hella studious.
Um,
Okay, I did not have to go to summer school. My mom forced me to go to summer school.
Okay.
I passed all my classes, okay?
Okay.
Let's get that straight, first of all. Y luego, so anyways, I was in that class. I was learning geometry. There was no reason for me to be in that class. I hadn't taken geometry ever. I don't know. I didn't know what I was there. Entonces, anyways, there, like, I found a friend. He was super cool. And then he had also a friend. And me and that other friend, we'll call him James because he was white. So me and James kind of like started talking and stuff, and I took it more as a friendship at first, but like throughout, summer school, I started kind of getting like a little crush on him, and we exchanged numbers y todo. We would talk here and there, so I started getting a crush, and I was like, okay, cool. And he never once mentioned a girl, like he had a girlfriend, nada, never.
Did
once.
you ever ask?
I figured like it would come up,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I directly asked, but I was
Mhm.
like, oh, like your girlfriend and stuff, but he never said.
Okay.
No. Okay. Point is, he never mentioned her. And obviously, we would like in class, we would pair up and be partners and stuff like that. So I was like, there's no way. But I had a crush. So anyway, summer passed, like te digo, hablábamos like throughout the day and stuff like that. And once summer ended y todo, we went back to school. That's when I found out he had a girlfriend.
Wait, but she went to the same school?
She went to the same school.
Uh-huh.
We were all in the same high school, and I was like, and I saw him, and I was like, what the hell? And like she's like, I obviously saw him with his girl. They were holding hands, and she like kissed him, and like he saw me that I saw, and he like looked at me, and then he like wiped his mouth, and I was like, keep in mind this is like one of my first experiences,
Uh-huh.
like I see, and I was like, okay, like what the fuck, what is happening?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then so throughout school, like we still talks, like we texted and
Mhm.
stuff, and we would like try to hang out, but I'm like, we have a girlfriend. Like I was so
Did you ever
confused.
confront him about having a girlfriend? Did you guys talk after?
I think I did. I think I was like, oh, I saw you and your girlfriend. I seen him as casual. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't know you had a girlfriend. Like that's good. Like cool. Like I feel like in my stupid ass brain, I was like, we could be friends.
Oh, okay. But did he ever like you think that he misled you into thinking that you guys were maybe going to be like a thing, or was he just like
He was 2 years older than me, so I don't know. I think it's hard to say because he was a senior and I was like a sophomore, maybe. I don't remember, but it was around that time where I was stupid, and then it was so weird. Like the whole situation was weird, and I don't know if I made it up in my head. Maybe I'm the red flag, but then again, he didn't. Like you said, maybe he misled me.
Pero was it? I guess my question is like, did he ever bring up in topic like of you guys dating or like?
Kind of, because it was like one time we were texting, and it was just like, oh, well, if I wasn't with her, like, esto y esto, or
Ya
like,
después.
you'd be so cool to hang out with.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
After I knew he had a girlfriend.
Oh,
I was
okay,
like,
okay,
okay, cool. He would walk me to class because we would like have like a class that was like towards the same way, and we would like walk together and stuff. I don't know. Like I started taking it more of a friendship at that point because I was kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not here for that.
So he was still walking you to class even though he had a girlfriend and you knew that he had a girlfriend type of thing?
Yeah, because I didn't look for him. It was more like we just kind of found each
Like
other.
met each other and then just go to
And
the
just,
classes.
yeah. But I mean, si no lo veía, like I was just on my way. I
Yeah.
got 5 minutes to get to class. It was from one end to the other. I gotta run.
That place is
Hella
sweet, people to
studious.
see, yeah.
I got things to do. But I don't know, it
Huh.
was weird. And I mean, after that, he graduated. I kind of stopped talking to him. And
So your red flag essentially was what you learned from
my
him.
red flag was like, bitch, why are you still talking to him? That's my red flag for myself.
Uh-huh. Okay,
His red
yeah.
flag is like, bitch, say that you have a girlfriend, and why are you
Yes.
misleading this little girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumbass.
I would agree. Your red flag is like, why would you even continue to talk to him after you found out that
Hmm.
he had a girl?
But I was young and stupid and naive, so I'm sorry, okay? I
Yeah,
apologize. Don't call me out. Me that
that's
shy.
true.
That was my exposure, but yeah, I mean, he was cool. I did run into him recently
Oh, interesting.
on my worst day ever.
Oh, that's the worst. When you were looking busted?
I was looking so busted. It was a day after my dad had a medical emergency. Why did I run into somebody when I looked at my worst? Literally, chongo, ojeras,
Sweats,
sweats,
toda fodonga.
axilla was smelling.
Girl,
Ugh.
that's nasty.
Okay, we should cut that out. I don't
No,
want.
it's staying there.
Oh no. But yeah, I hope he's doing good. I hope his girl's doing good. I hope they're happy. I hope they're in love. And cheers to them because I am happy and in love. So it all worked out.
Exactly. I know. Alrighty, so let's expose myself a little bit.
A ver.
I
Your turn. ¿Qué se
know.
siente? ¿Qué se siente?
So I was in a really long relationship, and I had just recently left my relationship. I took some time for myself, and then I did start. I tried online dating,
Okay.
and then there I did meet someone. We started dating a little bit, like just going out on dates, getting to know each other, and that was all fine and stuff. But I should have honestly, like the very first date, I should have that should have been a red flag because he was, let's not give him credit. He was nice and morro y todo, pero like the way that he would talk to me was automatically like very diminishing in a way. Like
What do you mean?
it was more of like the way that he would talk to me, it would be like joking, but aggressive joking,
Mm,
you know?
como entre broma y broma, la verdad
Yes.
se asoma. Okay.
Yeah, and so it was kind of like, oh, like yeah, just I'll go more into detail right now. But so I was like, I don't really like being taught like que me hablen así because it's like give me a break, dude. Like, you don't know me. Like, we don't know each other. Like, we're not cotorreando in a way, but like
But like putting
aggressively.
you down.
Yes.
Like,
And so then I'm like, okay, ¿qué te estás ganando con hacer eso? But red flag. Me, I decided to like the red flag, right? And so I was like, okay, whatever. So we went on our merry way. Finished off with some dinner. Everything was fine. Like, oh, okay, I'll see you next time. Whatever. Point is though that I was very transparent with what I was looking for at the very beginning. Like, okay, I'm not just here for shits and giggles. Like, I am looking for a relationship. I don't want to just be going out on dates with no purpose of. And so then and then también él, like he did say like, oh no, sí, yo también, que quién sabe qué. But he was going through his career. So he had a job, and then he had like two jobs, I guess. But he had his job, and then he was doing like his full-time career as well, pursuing his career.
okay.
And so he was very busy, right? And so whenever we would hang out or make plans, it was always his schedule. Always like under his time and this and that. And my dumbass was always like, oh, okay, yeah. And even though I was busy and I was like, I had my own things going on, I would move around my stuff for him.
Oh, so it was like he's like, "Oh, I'm so busy with my career, with
Hmm.
everything." Y tú de buena gente
Yeah, like,
was
oh,
like,
it's okay,
"It's
don't worry.
okay."
Yeah. Like I started at that time, I started taking like some Pilates classes, like keeping myself occupied. I was going to the gym, and to literally make time to hang out, I changed my whole schedule. Like I would go early butt fuck in the morning
Dang,
to
girl.
the gym,
And how soon would he let you know about these like
sometimes
change
like
of
the same
plans?
day.
And you would acomodar todo
Hmm.
tu schedule for that day.
Yeah. And
Wow,
so then I'm
it's
like,
commitment.
yeah, girl. And I'm like, now looking back, like, damn, dude, why? Like,
Hmm.
red flag, like, why was I acting so desperate when in reality, like, he was kind of mean. Like, he was grosero,
Mm.
a little
Yeah.
grosero.
And that's kind of gross. It's a huge turn off.
Yeah, he doesn't sound grosero, but here comes the grosero part, okay? So the grosero part, one time, so I'm saying, I'm going to the gym and everything, right? And so we were hanging out, and I brought up a very big accomplishment to myself at that time when I was like, oh hey, like I actually lost exactly 14 pounds. And I
Dang.
had said like, oh, like I lost 14 pounds and everything, and
Y
then
toda
he's,
emocionada,
yeah, I
que
was
bien
so
acá.
excited,
Of
like
course,
to
it's a
share
huge
that. Yeah.
accomplishment. Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a huge accomplishment for me. And then he literally said, oh really? Honestly, I wouldn't even have noticed because you're still looking plump. And I was like,
What?
he didn't call me fat, okay?
But he called
He
you.
said plum. That's a nice way of saying fat. And I was like,
Qué descaro.
Hmm,
That's hella mean.
that is mean. And so then I was like, okay, you're an asshole. And then I did bring it up, like, later. I was like, what? I'm not going to be tolerating this shit. Like, first of all, you got no hairline. Second of all, you are being mean as shit to me. Third of all, you're just being rude. Like, you don't talk to anybody like that. Like, especially when somebody's like excited to talk to,
Mhm.
talk about something, and like you don't bring them down así nomás. And so then it made me insecure, right? Because when you're losing weight and you already your body goes through changes and you
Mhm.
you have body dysmorphia.
And that's a huge thing because it like plays with your mind, you know, because it's
Yes.
like,
And so at that time, like, I had lost like my 14 pounds and everything. And just to give you an idea, I was chunkier, right?
mhm.
And overall, right now, round of applause, please. I've lost 50 pounds, right? Thank you very much. ¿Cómo se hace?
Slam
¿Así?
poetry, yeah. I can't
Anyways,
clap because you guys would hear it,
sí, sí.
but that's huge.
Yes, thank you. But that time, like, it was 14 pounds, and to me, it was huge because I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And so I'm like, like, you're over here. And I did confront him about it later on when I cut things off with him. I was like, you know what? Like, this has made me upset. Clearly you don't care. Like, and he would make false promises. And he was more of like oh, I was thinking of doing this for you.
Ah, no.
I was going to get you
I
flowers.
love the taste of nothing.
I was like, but did you? No. And so it's like, don't tell me that you're gonna do something if you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, and I know that's a huge thing for you. Like,
Yeah,
if you say you're gonna do it, then
do
do it.
it. It's not that hard. Just
Hmm.
shut up if you're not gonna do it.
Or, or if you didn't get to it, just don't even say I was going to. If you didn't do it, then just shut up.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
you didn't do it? Yeah.
yeah. And then I feel like I'm more like, a little bit more cariñosa, more detallista, and I
Hmm.
like that too. And so I was like, no, like, you are really mean and ugly. Your personality is being really trashy and ugly to me. Like, no, thank you. So
Yeah.
that was like my red
How he
flag
looked
that,
on the outside was showing it on the inside too.
yeah. Not the wheezing laugh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're keeping that as that was funny. But and
I'm
okay,
sorry.
and
Not to put him down, not to talk on anybody, but he was actually really ugly on the outside and the inside.
because okay, it's bad when you have to, girls know this and maybe guys too, right? But it's bad when you have to show them a picture and be like, I swear he looks better in person. No, he doesn't.
Look, I have mis gustitos exóticos. You know me.
Uh-huh.
I have gustos exóticos, but even I was like, girl,
Yeah.
you're upset over this
And
man's.
my mom literally even said, está curiosito, ¿no?
You know it's bad when
That's
they
when
bring out the
That's when
curiosito.
it's bad. Anyway, so that was my red flag. I essentially my red flag was that I did let little comments, like, disrespectful comments.
Yeah, you
Um
let him slide.
yeah, I let them slide way too long.
That's not ever okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, because I feel like those are major red flags,
And his
especially
red flag was him getting like a thrive on making somebody else feel bad by,
by putting them down.
yeah.
It's like you have to put somebody down to make yourself
Yeah,
feel better.
and
Like,
that's not
no.
okay.
Or just necessarily like sentirte mejor just because I'm putting my career first. I'm
Yeah.
doing this for myself. Cool, that's great for you, honey. But
Hmm.
don't be trying to convince somebody that you're trying to get into a serious relationship if
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like nice about it. It's just hard when people are like disrespecting you. And
Yeah.
then it's like I get sense of humor, like I can take a joke, but once it gets to like disrespecting a person,
And by the
red
way of,
flag.
you have to make a joke or whatever about somebody's body,
And
comment about somebody's body, I
yeah,
think that's not a
no,
good
it's
thing.
not
Like,
okay.
I'm sorry,
And if you are able to take the jokes like that, good for you, a round of applause. But
but
I
not.
think
I'm
it's
sorry.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
No matter who it is, it's disrespectful. And you never like make yourself feel better about somebody's appearance or physical appearance or just their body in general. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
not okay.
funny. It's
No.
not funny at all.
No.
So the reason we started this video, I guess, like the topic was because we were both on Reddit and I saw like a bunch of stories about red flags or people asking for advice, Reddit advice. And we're like, you know what if we just compile some stories? So I have two stories that Viri has not read and she has two for me so we can react to each other and kind of give a comadre advice on
So.
about these and what you guys think about these red flags. So the first story,
Mhm.
it kind of goes into the appearance or physical, but I don't know. So Very, this is just you're getting live reaction, okay?
Okay, a
So
ver.
this one says, "Found nudes of my wife."
Jesus.
Jesus.
Red flag. Red flag already.
Hold. Let's listen to the story.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay. So it says, "I'm 32 male, feeling really helpless right now. My wife, 27 female, has been spending a lot of time on her phone lately, and became suspicious. And I became suspicious. So I recently looked through it. I found out that she's been sharing half naked photos of herself in underwear on DM Reddit, as well as photos of her face.
I meant
This is a huge shock for me, and it's put me in a very difficult spot. Married for 3 years, and we've been going through a lot. Oh, sorry. And we've been going through a tough time lately, and she's been in therapy, but this doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right.
hmm
I confronted her about it, and her explanation was that she wants to feel desired and that it's something I haven't been able to give her. But to me, this isn't the way to go about it. I love my wife, and I believe we should be able to trust each other. But right now, I'm really struggling to figure out where to go from here. What do you think?
Okay. First of all, homegirl, if you want to feel desired, can't you communicate that to him first?
I
Now,
agree.
if she has been communicating it to him, that still doesn't mean you gotta be taking nudes and sending it to random guys.
Yeah. It's like, do, do you need the public's opinion?
I'm
I
just
don't know. I think it's a red flag on her in like the way that she's like going about it. Like he said, like it's not the way to go about it. Like,
mm-mm. Like she could have communicated. She could
mhm,
have talked to him about like, hey, I'm not feeling pleasured in this area, or I'm not feeling like valued, or I'm not feeling appreciated. Um, can we spice up some things up or some she could have communicated. She could have avoided all of this. So she's
yeah,
definitely the red flag. There's no reason, especially if you're married, for you to be disrespecting your marriage like that to that extent.
yeah.
You
But
know?
it's like, why are you sharing it to people on Reddit? Like these are strange people. You could have chosen a friend, somebody you knew, but on the internet, that's extra disrespectful. It's disrespectful, and then it's extra disrespectful.
Girl, it's disrespectful either way.
Okay,
You should have been doing it in the first
oh, that is
place.
true. Don't do it.
Devil's advocate,
Oh,
okay?
devil's advocate. I'm always playing devil's advocate, but it's just like
No, yeah,
there's respect and then there's extra
yes,
disrespect. Like
because it's like,
you're that desperate for a stranger?
yeah,
A
I'm sorry.
stranger.
Like, respect yourself, girl. At that point, like, you are going super low.
Hmm.
¿Verdad?
See, with a stranger,
People that you don't even know.
do you need the
Girl.
public's opinion? It could be an uggo on the other side of the screen.
Amiga, yeah, girl.
Respétate
Mm-hmm.
and respect your man. Tell him. And now, what is his red flag though? Because I want to know. Did she tell you
Yeah.
how she was feeling, and you were like, I don't know why she's behaving this way?
Okay, yeah, también,
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 también.
también. But as of this story though, she was a red flag. And that is a red flag. Like, huge.
Major. Yeah.
I don't know. And then I wonder what she's going to therapy about though. Like, why is she
Oh
going to
yeah.
therapy?
That's a
For
good
what?
question.
Maybe she has like an addiction that she's like,
Yeah, maybe she's like depression. You know, people with like bipolar
yeah. So we
disorder.
don't
Like
know.
I don't. We don't know what her deal is. Why she's going to
Pero
therapy.
I would want to know why she's going to therapy for.
Yeah, and it doesn't excuse her sharing half naked pictures
Yeah.
on Reddit. Like,
That's still
go on Instagram, get some money out of it.
don't do that either.
I'm just. It's all jokes. Don't take it
Okay, okay.
seriously. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that one was a good one. I just wish we kind of knew a little bit more, you know? Hmm. Interesting. Red flag.
Right? Yeah,
Okay.
major red flag on her end.
Yeah.
This poor guy. Well, I
Yeah.
hope that you take her to therapy for that, and you're gonna need therapy too.
Yeah. Especially if you're getting a divorce,
Ooh,
girl.
it's expensive. Just take her to therapy.
Yeah.
Take yourself to therapy.
Okay.
Okay.
So this one is basically best friend followed my ex on IG. Red flag, or am I overthinking? So me, 26 male, and my best friend, 26 male, have been friends for about 6 years now. Now I put best friends because of our relationship because our relationship hasn't been the same over the past few years. We used to be we used to be the best of buds, sharing our lives and talking on the daily, but recently I've been finding myself not feeling it when it comes to when we communicate. We have never gotten into any big fights or arguments before, and whenever we disagree, it's always civil, and we come to try to understand one another, and it never gets to the point of being unhealthy. However, this instance, which I refer to, happened a few years ago. I'm bringing it up now because I just really want some clarity, and because it's been stuck with me for so many years. A few years ago, both me and, for the sake of this post, let's call him Joe, went on a vacation together. One particular night, while just sitting and chatting about our past sexual relationships, I told him about, let's call her Lisa. He wanted to search her up on Instagram. So because my phone had died, I used his phone. After looking at Lisa's IG, he proceeded to follow her and she followed him back. Immediately, I was taken back by that. I asked him, why'd he follow her? I don't particularly remember the exact words he said, but I do remember him saying it was just a joke. Little backstory behind me and Lisa. We met in high school, and I had a crush on her after we got to know each other. We connected really quickly, and things became more than just friends. We did things together for a few months, but never officially dated because she had a boyfriend at the time. Did she cheat? Yes. Did I know she had a boyfriend? Yes. Ooh.
Uy,
Okay. I know. I was in the wrong, but I was young and horny.
makes sense.
After I told her we shouldn't be doing this anymore, we stayed friends but lost touch after college. Mind you, Joe has never met her before nor spoken to her. So him following her, I guess I got defensive. That night we didn't talk much, and in the morning he said he was sorry and it was only a joke, and unfollowed her. And I said it was all right. It's fine, I guess. Since we still had a whole week left on that trip, I didn't want to make things awkward, so I let it be. Now recently, he messaged me saying he met Lisa and they added each other. Of course, I cannot sum up our whole friendships of 6 years in one post, but I have found myself at times doubting our friendships. Of course, there are happy moments in our friendship as well, but more recently, I've been really trying to think who I want to keep in my circle as I get older. Just want to know if I'm overthinking things or is this actually something.
Hmm.
Half of me is saying we're adults and this isn't a big deal. The other half of me sort of feels betrayed.
Um,
So,
okay, you're not betrayed, you exaggerator, in my humble opinion.
okay.
Okay. Okay, things that caught my attention was when he said they dated in high school, but they didn't really date, right? Like that's what he said. Like we dated in high school.
We no, we hung out in high school
Oh, they
most.
hung out in
Uh-huh.
high school, so they didn't even date
No,
officially. And
because
then,
she had a boyfriend at that time.
and then she.
But she did cheat and he knew he had a girl. She had a boyfriend.
Okay, let's just say it's high school. He's stupid and dumb.
Mhm.
Okay, like you said, stupid and horny. But it's still like that doesn't give you a sort of claim on her. And
Mm-mm.
it's you're 26, so high school. What you graduated when you're 17 to 18 years
Mhm.
old.
And you're still holding on to
And you're still
this?
holding, like, you're claiming her, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
your friend might be interested, like, you don't know her anymore, especially if you haven't, like, kept in touch. You don't know her.
Yeah.
You don't know what she's learned, how she's lived, and then her and your friend connect, then they did,
Then they
and they're
did, yeah.
adults, like, you're
Yeah.
allowed to be with people that.
I do see why he would feel a little like betrayed from
Mhm.
his friend because I
Yeah, for
guess
sure.
because he knew that he had a thing for Lisa and he was like, ah, I don't care, let me follow her. And then she followed him right back. So
That is a red flag on his friend
yeah,
too,
on his
because
friend because basically like, for shits and giggles here. And I'm assuming like the friend knew what went on between them and knew that
mhm.
probably this guy really, really liked her, and had a thing for her. So it was a sensitive topic for him.
And then he said, okay, but there's another thing though. And now I put best friend in quotations because our relationship hasn't been the same over the last few years.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not even close
Mm-mm. Not anymore. Yeah.
over the last few years, and this recently happened.
Yeah. Because they already had the trip plan and stuff, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
so it's like, so you hardly know your friend too.
Yeah. So you don't know who.
I think he's just being a little insecure
Yeah.
and some weird like claim on Lisa when
Yeah.
Lisa is her own person
Yeah.
and
And
his.
so is Joe.
Yeah.
Like if it ends up working with Joe and Lisa, then so be it. Good for you guys. But yeah, I feel like this guy, we don't know his name. He didn't put his name or his fake name. But this guy was definitely the one overreacting.
Y
I
no
feel like
es.
he was a red flag.
Siento que también son celos. Tiene celos de que Lisa le haya hecho caso a su amigo.
Hmm.
Porque it's like, why didn't you guys date after she broke up with her ex?
Yeah.
Maybe she wasn't into you like that, you know? Maybe she
Yeah.
was also young and horny.
Yeah. Maybe she just maybe you were just her like little funsies time.
Hmm.
And that's sad. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Pero, I don't, to me, honestamente, to me, it sounds como celos y un poquito de envidia.
Mm-hmm.
Y like the weird little claim he has on Lisa.
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
weird in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I think on this one I feel like he's a red flag.
Yeah, he's definitely a red flag because
Let it go.
Lisa outgrew you, my
Yeah.
guy, and you can move on to find yourself
Yeah.
another girl that likes you, and you probably outgrew Lisa. You're just holding on to like that moment of high
Yeah.
school.
That little time that you guys had together and stuff. And then again, you never really had her in the first place because you were just the one helping her cheat.
Yeah,
You know, you were the side piece. You were
sorry.
always the side piece. So I feel like that's what hurts too.
También. And
Ay,
he was
no,
like,
qué
I know.
feo.
I don't know. I think he's a red flag. I think she is not a red flag. I don't think that she's at fault if she learned her lesson from high school.
Mhm.
I don't,
Obviously, her red flag was to cheat on her
yeah,
boyfriend.
but like she said, they were young and horny, and
Hmm.
when you're young, you make stupid decisions because your frontal lobe hasn't developed. But they're 26 now.
Yeah.
She probably learned her lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe then, like he said, the friends are not close. So he's a red flag, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's go to your topic.
Okay. So I also have another Reddit story. Obviously, Stephanie,
Duh.
we're on Reddit. So this one, I don't know. I think it's a red flag, but I'll let you decide which one is the red flag.
Okay.
Okay. So, this one is titled, My Wife Went Out to Lunch with a Guy She Met at the Gym. I think this is a huge no no. Am I overreacting?
Automatically, you're not overreacting.
Oh, okay,
Red flag.
starting off strong.
Red flag.
Okay. It says, My 39 male, wife 39 female, and I have been together for 14 years, married for 11.
Oh.
Oh, whoa. I've cheated on in the past several times, so I'm very sensitive to any behavior that could be constructed that way.
Wait, I've cheated on?
So
I've been
he's,
cheated or
no,
he
he
cheats?
cheated several times in the past. So he knows what he's looking. He knows the signs. He's an expert.
Okay.
Okay. My, my wife goes to the same gym 5 days a week and is always there when they open at 5 a.m. It's a serious thing for her. I personally go 3 times a week, but a different gym. Needless to say, conversations have been struck up with her by various people for the last 5 years or so. One guy in particular who is divorced and 15 years older started being friendly to her a while back. Not sure how long exactly. A conversation arose about a good lunch special at a steakhouse in town and it became an ongoing thing. You gotta trade this pork chop, etc. Well, on Friday afternoon, she went to lunch with this gentleman, and then when she came home, she mentioned that her leftovers were from this place, and that she went with a friend. Never said anything about a work friend, so I pressed a bit more for curiosity's sake. She told me what happened and swore up and down nothing happened, and she's not interested in that way. I will say our marriage has had its ups and downs, but the ups were way higher than the downs. My wife has given me zero reason in 14 years not to trust her. However, the circumstances are quite suspect. What does everyone think?
Hmm.
And there is an edit.
Okay.
It says, We have had a lengthy discussion about all of this. She didn't necessarily hide it from me, and I didn't have to probe her much at all for her to tell me that it was a man from the gym. She's known him for 2 years in passing, and they've talked occasionally. She's never given me a reason to think she cheated. This time just seemed very sus, and she apologized a lot for forgetting to tell me she was going to do this. She is very scatterbrained and forgetful, so it's not
Hmm.
out of the ordinary. Anyways, thank you everyone for the rational, sane, helpful advice. Luckily, I did most of that before I saw all of your replies, so I think we are okay now.
Okay.
Okay, but what do you think?
Um, I think that was a red flag because she could have communicated. If she wasn't doing anything bad or she wasn't hiding anything, then she could have just brought it up. Like, hey, going for some lunch with, this guy that I met at the gym. I don't know. I'm just trying to wrap my head around being okay with it, and
Hmm.
I wouldn't be okay with it.
Okay.
Personally, me, I wouldn't. Just because it's like, how long was the lunch again?
2.5 hours, I think.
And it was
It
on a
doesn't
Friday afternoon.
say. Blah, blah,
I don't
blah.
remember if it said.
I think it said it was 2.5 hours.
Okay. So it was a Friday afternoon, right? Was it right after the gym?
Needless to say, okay, because it says, needless to say, conversations have been struck up by her by various people in the last 5 years. So one guy in particular who is divorced. Okay, Well, on Friday afternoon, she went to lunch with this gentleman, and then she came home. She mentioned that her leftovers
Mm.
were from this place and that she went with a friend. Never said anything about a work friend, so I pressed a bit more. Okay, so he had to press a little bit more with
To get
who
more
info.
info out
Yeah.
of her. So she was kind of clearly hiding something first. Like she didn't want to say like, "Hey, I went out to some lunch for, with this person and we just chit-chatted about this and that's it." So I feel like it was a red flag because she was hiding things. Like she didn't come out, just like say
hmm
like, "Hey, this is what I did." Da 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 da.
I think it is a red flag on her. It's also a red flag on him because he is keeping tabs on her because now I feel like he's scared like she's gonna find somebody else because he cheated
Yeah, that's true too though because again, like if he's cheated and he said multiple times
several
and
times.
she has never given him a reason to make him feel or think that she's cheating.
hmm Except this one time where she decides
Yeah.
to go. I don't know. It's like always playing devil's advocate,
But
but it's like maybe she's just disconnected from him.
yeah.
Like she's just like, you know what? Like I feel like I'm disconnected, and maybe she found this person who is a friend because he did comment on somebody's thing, on somebody's comment, and he said she's been on the hunt for friends in the last 5 years or so because she has so little.
Mhm.
She's in the gym 12 hours a week and has at least made one or two girlfriends from there.
Mhm.
This is the first dude that she has contacted outside of the gym that I'm aware of. She told me lunch, 2.5 hours, that all
Oh.
they talked about was the gym, this dude's kids and grandkids, etc. She said it never felt romantic, and if it did, she would shut it down.
Mm.
Mm,
Okay.
okay, I feel like she doesn't have bad intentions. I feel like she's just maybe trying to get out of her shell a little bit more. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I
I don't know. Okay, okay, okay. Question.
mm,
Does your husband have girlfriends?
um I think one or two
Are they girlfriends from before you came along or are they new girlfriends that
before I came along.
would you be okay with him having new girlfriends now? That
It depends. Like if he were to go to a job and he met his coworkers and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go out for lunch," or I don't think I would care that much.
just them two by themselves?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, like I've had guy coworkers and sometimes like, "Oh, let's just go
Nothing
grab some."
related to work though.
Outside of work, I'd be like, or like the gym, I'd be like, "Well, who is she?" Like I think I would ask more
Mhm.
questions. Is she married? Does she have kids and stuff like that? And it's
Ooh,
like depends the lunch, I guess. Where are you going? Are you just going to
yes.
teriyaki? That's not romantic at all.
Mhm.
If you're
If it's
going to like
a
steak
steak dinner,
house,
but it's a steak dinner or steak lunch,
but
come
that's
on. Okay,
yeah, I don't
personally,
know.
I think that my boyfriend cannot have girlfriends. I'm just kidding. I
Cut
just
him off.
ya no tienes amigas, mijo. I'm your only friend you need.
Mhm.
Anyways, no. I feel like personally, me with my boyfriend, yes, he could have sus amigas,
Mhm.
um, but if they were from before me,
Okay. Yeah, that
from
makes
before
sense.
me, yeah.
Mhm.
If it's like now nuevas amigas that I met her here, I met her there. Why? Porque necesitas más amigas. ¿Me entiendes?
That goes back. I'm not the jealous type, so I'm
Ay,
like,
Stephanie, yo sí.
you'll see. Okay, so the only person, I guess, the only new guy friend that we've had is just from work.
Yeah.
Because I haven't met like new guy friends. Because all my guy friends are from way before, and I talk
Mhm.
to them like once a year.
Yeah, and but see, like the thing is, like anything related, okay, en el trabajo y todo, that's fine because you
hmm
have to, you work together and
hmm
that's fine. You get
You have to
haces una
interact.
amistad, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Tienen una relación amistosa por el trabajo, that's it. Pero I feel like outside of work and you're looking to make amigas,
hmm
¿para qué? Ya me tienes a mí como amiga ahí en la casa. ¿Para qué necesitas más amigas?
I know.
Tienes a tu mamá, tienes a tu hermana y me tienes a mí.
It's true.
¿Para qué quieres a
¿Para
más?
qué quieren más? Tóxica.
Just kidding. This is
No.
all
No, it's, I
just
guess it
kidding.
depends on the relationship too. Because it's like, como I said, she has made one or two girlfriends in the
Mhm.
last 5 years. That's actually doable because I've made one. You.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then, like, I mean, if a friendship develops, that's cool. I know. I don't know. It's just, if it's never nothing romantic, it's not romantic. I'm not a jealous type. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't,
I don't
ignorance
know.
is bliss.
I don't know. I don't know. I
I
feel
would
like
be a little upset though if it's like, where you, like, if you went to teriyaki
that's fine.
or you're like, oh, we went to this restaurant, but we sat at the bar. The bar is not romantic.
No.
It's
No.
you're sitting there having like a plate talking, cool. But if it's like, oh, we went to, I don't know, a steakhouse and the lighting's all nice. Why?
No, I
You never
don't.
take me there?
Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be okay with it, but I
But you
can't.
can't.
I
No.
can't. I personally can't.
And I feel like for me, it's like the story is like he's 15 years older than her. He has grandkids.
So, age is just a number, girl.
Like I don't know. I don't think my man's would mind if I was going out with a guy that had grandkids. Like, oh, I met him at the gym. He's a little old, but I'm also not
But you
that
don't
old.
know how old he is.
Mm,
And
that's
he's
true.
going to the gym. He may be a very,
Attractive grandpa.
exactly.
Pues ya se perdió el esposo because if a grandpa's getting your lady, that says things about you. Get your
But
shit together.
okay, I feel like this is a hard one because I feel both of them are red flags because
Hmm.
he is a red flag because he's cheated. So
Hmm.
he knows, everything. So he's cheated multiple times. She has never gave him a reason to, think that she were
Hmm.
to cheat, but he has, and she's not up on his grill about it.
That is true. We don't know how she was, but I feel
Hmm.
like maybe he's also like, I don't know, maybe she found a friend and like maybe she found another connection and now she's like confused herself and she
Yeah.
hasn't fully
Yeah.
accepted the fact that she might be attracted to this guy.
Exactly, because now she's also a red flag because she did lie. She didn't
Hmm.
lie, but she didn't.
She admitted.
Yeah, she wasn't like straightforward with like, hey,
Hmm.
she was avoiding
Hmm.
saying everything that she did.
Yeah.
So both red flags.
I'm always playing devil's advocate. I never mean it, but I do mean it because I like to look at things on both sides.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, but I will be more toxic next time. I
Okay,
promise.
please, because you're making me seem like the crazy one here.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy. I'm crazy. Otra, otra.
Oh, no
Okay,
se
one
gusta el
more, guys.
chisme.
One
Ok,
more.
ok, para cerrar con broche de oro.
A ver,
Ok,
échatela, échatela.
esta está muy, muy cortita, a ver.
A ver.
Pero este es un muchacho, ¿ok? So, a mí me hicieron la clásica de me dejas y me mato.
¿Qué?
El muchacho dice, flaca, vamos 2 días conociéndonos, o sea, relájate. ¿Qué hice? La bloqueé de todos lados. Paso seguido, me llama de un número desconocido,
Oh my god.
me llama llorando y yo con cara de, what the fuck? Le corto, o sea, le cuelga,
Sí, ajá.
bloqueo ese número, cambié mi número y seguí con mi vida.
Wow.
Así de fácil. Así de fácil.
Ese dijo yo soluciono.
Yeah, he said, porque dice que apenas tenían 2 días conociéndose.
Dos, no. Esa sí es una red flag.
Yeah, she,
Ya,
ella.
ella. Because like, ¿cómo que te vas a... después de 2 días?
Yeah,
No,
no. ¿Qué problema de ella?
sí, eso sí es un trastorno. Ella tiene que ir al psicólogo, tiene que buscar ayuda because that's not normal. If you're
Yeah.
doing that, what the hell's
two
wrong with you?
days, girl. Like, I'm sorry, but get a grip.
Never ever let somebody manipulate you with
Yes.
a
Has it happened to you?
yes once.
No,
¿A ti te ha pasado?
sí, a mí sí me pasó de que, o no tanto de que me dejas y me mato, era más de que si me dejas no sé qué voy a hacer sin ti, no, más así dramático de que, ¿qué voy a hacer sin ti? Me voy a volver loco. Loco estás, amigo.
Ya,
Este,
ya estás ahí. Ya nomás cómprate un bosque y piérdete en él.
literally. But yeah, eso era así como más así manipulador. Y tú te quedas como like, chin, ¿qué tal que sí sí? And you get so worried and
Yeah,
like more
porque te
invested.
preocupan.
Ajá.
Y
But then
eso
it's
es
just a tactic, nomás es una forma de tenerte ahí como mensa, like,
never fall for that. And if they do that, call 911 and report it.
yeah, and have them deal with it.
Yeah,
I'm
because you're
sorry.
not, no eres su doctora, no eres
You're
su
not
mamá.
responsible
Mm-mm.
for anybody else's emotions, to be honest.
What the best you can do to help the person is call 911 and report it.
Get them the help that they need. They clearly want the help.
Yeah, they need help
Yeah.
because that's not normal. And if they're doing that to manipulate you,
Ajá, menos,
menos.
menos. Porque siento que saben lo que están haciendo por diciéndote esas cosas así porque saben que te va a afectar.
Of course, especially if you're like, I don't know about you, but I'm like a sensitive person. So when someone's like, oh, I don't feel good, like I try to be there for them.
Ujú.
And that's my red flag too. Like I always try to like, ¿cómo se dice? Like fix the broken.
Ajá.
Like, oh, I hate that about myself.
Ujú.
But it's like,
But we're learning. It's okay.
yeah, we're
We're
learning
learning.
patience, patience.
Ajá.
But it's like, it's also a red flag because it's like, you know that person's gonna take care of you or try to help
Yes.
you so you can keep them there. And that's not okay.
No, I feel like, yeah, when you have those people around you que son así como muy sensibles, así de que, ay, es que no sé qué voy a hacer sin ti, o esto y lo otro, y te tratan de meter tanto en la cabeza, de que finally cuando tú dices, pues, ¿sabes qué? Not my problem. Honestly, kudos to him.
Mm-hmm.
Chingón del muchacho.
Él
Que
resolvió.
él dijo, óyeme, mija,
You got the wrong one.
ya nos llevamos 2 días conociéndonos, ni al caso, adiós, goodbye. Y luego que también ella le llama de un número desconocido.
Yeah.
No, no, no. Qué bueno, he dodged a bullet. He said, yo voy a correr, mija, porque tú a mí no me vas a controlar.
No, good for him.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's smart because don't men and women don't ever let somebody do that
No,
to you. Because así
that's
como el muchacho,
emotional manipulation.
emotional damage.
Yes, literally emotional damage. Like,
Yeah.
y luego tú de mensa que ahí te quedas y te
Mhm.
dejas.
Y más te tienen, más te tienen. Si te
Ujú.
quedas, te van a retener. So
Sí.
this guy, kudos to him. Really smart, hella studious.
Honestly, good for you,
Yeah,
dude. Él sí
because
supo.
see, he's smart. He
Yeah.
said you got the wrong one.
Él hizo lo que muchos tal vez no hacen,
Mhm.
de que nomás se quedan como, ay, no, pues tal vez está
¿Cómo?
pasando por un tiempo muy difícil y todo eso, pero que me.
¿O cómo le ayudo? No, your problem.
No,
Después de 2 días no es tu
no,
problema.
no,
Sigue con
no.
tu vida.
Yeah. Pero obviamente si tiene una relación y así como más fija y todo eso, pues ya es diferente,
Y
¿verdad?
si sabes que la persona no es así, que de
Ujú.
repente, ok, ya,
Sí,
pero
preocúpate, ¿verdad? Like try to help them. Pero así para nomás así de la nada como crazy,
como que no.
girl.
No, call 911. Call 911 or emergency services and report it because you are not responsible.
No.
No.
Pero bueno, pues eso le llamamos a nuestro episodio de Red Flags.
¿Y por qué nos quedamos?
Ujú.
Por mensos.
Exactly.
All right, guys, so that was our red flags and why we stayed. And for our next episode, we're actually going to do Comadres Anonymous,
Anonymous.
meaning that we're going to give you our unsolicited advice, meaning les vamos a dar consejos, los quieran o no, van a
Mhm.
escuchar. So if you guys have stories así como de un chisme or gossip or just
Mhm.
want advice así de entre comadre y comadre,
We got you.
we are here for you. No judgment, just consejos y
Yeah,
regaños.
exactamente.
Right? But yeah, that is what we're gonna do. So please submit your stories on Instagram, like DM us Spanish_confessions.
Mhm.
Follow us, like our post, please. Who said that?
Guys,
Guys?
did you
Who?
hear that? It's a
It's a
ghost.
ghost, guys.
Okay. Okay, guys, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining us in this episode, and we will see you on the next one. But please don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on all our platforms. They are all in our bio, link in our bio.
Yeah, if you follow us on Spanish_confessions, our links are there to Apple Podcast and YouTube. So please follow us, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell, ding ding ding, because we are there for you every freaking week. And nobody's listening. Somebody listen to me. Please.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But thank you guys so much for watching, joining us in this episode. We will see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.